goat.
Hey, who let that goat out?
Ember had found another unlit campfire at the heart of the cave. The ghost said, "Speak and I will listen." This is the cave of regret. Fear would not allow hope to find a perch here. You must not lose hope, or you too will turn forlorn. Ember thought of those they loved, those they'd left behind. There are others lost along their journey. Find them and I will guide them. Not far from this campfire, a path runs north. Where the pathway ends, a forlorn lies helpless. There was a space in the frame for something to fit. The stranger seemed troubled. I ran away from those birds, but I can't find the end. The forest king offered me a feather. Maybe I should just take it. The stranger muttered, "Another lanthorn player. Well, I'm not falling for that again." Inside was a scrap of journal. A rusty bucket rattles in the depths, a meddler from a bygone time. They want to be helpful, piecing together the wood and the gears. I ensure they do not see what they build. A shadow moved in the distance. Ember hoped that it was a trick of the light. The stranger whispered, "Seen one just like you around here a lot. Creepy that one is, peeping out, watching you." "Yeah, watching you. Specifically you." The spindle was missing a handle, so Ember couldn't turn it. The creature's body slithered between the rocks, seeming to never end. The stranger was wary, coiled and tense. The dark had gifted them friends in the past. The dark had stolen much more. Would this new light do the same? The stranger whispered, "I'm so tired. Do you know the way?" The Wanderer's Diary. No more lanthorn tunes, no more confrontation. Hazy faces put aside, none need face the end. The stranger was tired of pretending. Fortune had always favored them. They'd never have made it on their own. Had they deserved to make it this far? The stranger spoke simply. "Thank you." Terror gripped Ember suddenly. Fear overwhelmed them. The splintered plank was all that remained of Ember's boat. They sat for a moment and despaired. Perhaps the Forest King was right. There was no hope here. A discarded builder robot. The poor thing was rusted in place. The builder's thoughts were stuck in a loop, turning slowly to rust, only the echoes for company. Disconnected gears in their head turning round and round. Each unshared moment went the same. Lost and uncared for was a dim glow. The years of loneliness had warped the builder's feelings. Perhaps they should be alone. Time spent with others felt like a false memory. Soundless days measured piece by piece. Who's there? I can't see. It's dark, I'm ever so afraid. Keep talking to me, please. My eye. The feathered ones did this to me. It's been so long since I've seen anyone. Since I've talked to anyone. I can feel the warmth of the sun on it. An outside place. It's okay if you don't want to help. But it would be so nice to see what you look like. It was wonderful to meet you. Don't forget me, please. The others never came back. Ember found the Wanderer's diary. In a forgotten clearing, I meet a stranger, but they do not respond. Motionless, their body all rock and cold. What has happened? The builder took a moment as they tried to focus their eye on the small blue figure in front of them. So that's what you look like. I don't know what I expected, but you have a kind face. Sorry, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable. It's just been so long since I've seen anyone. I've never been good at talking to others. You seem different somehow. Wait, how did you get here? That doesn't sound right. The snake doesn't want to hurt anyone. Don't listen to what the birds say about them. The snake is just drawn to the light. It was probably just curious of you. The builder seemed to have an idea. You know, maybe I can help you. This is so exciting. This is what I was made for. It's been so long since I made something for someone. Ember watched in amazement. Could I get your input for a moment? The scraps of broken wood and metal were being transformed. Could I get your input for a moment? Whatever the builder was making was nearly ready. I really hope you like it. Sorry, it's a bit rough around the edges. It's, definitely seaworthy. You hate it, don't you? Ember stood in stunned silence. That is such a relief. Really warms my pistons. I'm so happy. Oh no. I'm not. Oh, that's very kind of you. Truly, I would if I could. But if you see any others, perhaps ask them to visit the builder. Ember would come back if they could. Perhaps the builder just needed more time. Oh, hello again. Hope you're doing okay. Just make every single one the same, they said. A boat is a boat. He actually said that to me. A boat-building robot. Imagine their faces when I made my first duck boat. A boat is a boat. How about duck boat? Their faces. It's so nice to have my eye again. The caves, just as I remembered. The dank, the gloom, the grey walls, the grey floors, the darkness closing in. Home. I'm not good with others, but perhaps I should have known not to trust the birds. They were always so mean and cruel, and perhaps that should have been a hint. What it means to have my sight returned. To finally watch the sunset again. I've never seen the sun set in this dark cave, but I could. The snake is misunderstood by everyone. Their heart is good. They're just a giant metal snake drawn to the light, destroying everything in their path. Why are people so quick to judge that giant reptile? Don't forget me. It was so nice to meet you. The boat was a little unconventional, but Ember already loved it. tremendous, terrifying shape slithered from the shadows. The snake's body coiled around the Forlorn like a scaly shield. Ember uncovered a journal entry. I find another encased by stone. I feel their mutterings, whispers under my skin. They are forlorn. They cannot find home. It is terrifying. The stranger was so lost. Curling and coiling, lost forever. The stranger looked at Ember with relief. I tried to go back, but I just went nowhere. Time to go forward, I think.